Hey guys, welcome back to Ferrigno Freedom Channel. I'm Dante Ferrigno. I've been doing Lion Diet now for 2.5 years and it has changed everything. And I'm coming back today to talk to you about a video that was requested by one of my subscribers that is interested in knowing my perspective, my reaction to a guy named Bryan Johnson. Now, I'd never heard of this Bryan Johnson guy, but Rogelio says that Bryan has been doing a vegan diet and takes a whole bunch of pills every day, and that apparently he's trying to get a lot of attention about this on social media. So I'm going to take a look at the video by Bryan Johnson. I kind of have an opinion of taking a bunch of supplements already that isn't too high, so we'll see how it goes. Let's go ahead and bring this video up real quick here. All right, let's hear about it, Bryan.
Hi, my name is Bryan Johnson, and I am a professional rejuvenation athlete. Like Magellan, who circumnavigated the globe, or Shackleton, that tried to traverse the South Pole, I am a modern-day explorer searching for the fountain of youth. Not for the purpose of living indefinitely, but so that we can each be our very best self. And as part of this journey, I take a lot of supplements.
All right, I've already got one question. What in the world is a professional rejuvenation athlete? I've never heard of any such thing. Is he a Magellan because he just made this up? I don't know. We'll see.
My team and I set out to ask the question, what is possible right now with slowing our speed of aging and reversing it? To do that, we've designed a protocol for sleep and exercise and diet, and also 111 supplements. In this video, we're going to explain to you what I take, when I take them, and why. I've spent millions of dollars building this protocol, and I've shared it all freely. It's important I share with you that before you do anything, you should probably speak with your doctor. Yeah, a lot of people are pretty confused that I can take.
Yeah, I'm pretty confused. Why are you spending millions of dollars? Who's your team? Who's we? This seems so dystopian to me. This sounds like something right out of I can't think of his name. Huxley's A Brave New World, or Gattaca, something like that, where they're all genetically modified to be perfect. And they have to, I don't know, it just seems so strange to me. And it's even stranger when I think about it in the perspective of the fact that I've been reading this book by Sam Apple called Ravenous. And it's a story about Otto Warburg, who is a researcher who is interested in cancer and understanding cancer cells and what they basically use for food. And I'll get into a video on that eventually. I'm only in part 3 of that book. But one of the interesting things about the story involving Otto Warburg is that he was a Semitic person living in the same time and place as Nazi Germany. And he was able to continue to do his research because Adolf Hitler was terrified of cancer. His mother had died from cancer and it totally destroyed him. But at the same time, he thought, especially later in his life, that he was already suffering with cancer because of gut problems he was having. He was also having some other issues, but that was the big one. And he decided that it was the modern diet that was causing the problem. All this sounds a little familiar so far as having gut problems and finding that the modern diet might be the problem. But he did a totally different path than I would recommend, and it sounds like the path this guy is on, and that's to do a vegetarian diet and a whole lot of supplements. And it's like he became hypochondriac about it, even insane, which is not it's not a very far stretch to say that Hitler was insane to begin with because of the other ideas he had about race and superiority and things. But when it comes to diet, he was as crazy sounding as a lot of this vegan stuff that I see going on, where you got people pouring out animal products. I mean, they had an entire SS branch working on this farming stuff. But anyway, when I think about that, all of that meshes together with this dystopian type of control the world mentality that we see from the WEF and things like that. And that's why I can't help but ask, who's we? Where is all this funding coming from? Why would anybody want to do this? Not to mention, he showed a few of those pills on the shelf. If you're buying that many of these pills, you must be spending $1 million just to get through a month on supplements. I mean, not $1 million. What would I say? Maybe like $400 or $500 on supplements? That sounds insane to me.
This many supplements in a given day. For example, this is my morning pills. If I end up dying from taking pills, this guy is gonna be the culprit. All my pills are put in these tins, and my team does this once every 2 weeks. So we do 28 tins at a time. It's easier to batch process all this, and these tins make it very easy to transport around. The number of pills we take changes on a regular basis. Sometimes it's 111, sometimes it's 104. It depends upon what data we receive. So we have a protocol put in place. We do a whole bunch of measurements. We look at the data, and we determine whether it's appropriate to continue, adjust, completely eliminate. Some pills I take every day. Sometimes I take them twice a day. Sometimes I take once every 2 weeks, for example, rapamycin. So each pill has a different frequency and a different protocol. So every morning upon waking, I take these 60 plus pills. You can find on my website a list of all of these. I'm going to walk you through a few of them.
Hold on, let me go back a little bit. I want to see what that list looks like if I can read it. Okay, I can see some of those. This really, see, there's a few problems before I even look at the list. Who's going to have a team of people around to make sure all these pills are handy? And is his goal to make like a one pill fits all type of thing, or maybe some kind of regimen eventually? Whatever it is, it's going to require either you to have a team of people around to make all this stuff for you, or it's going to be something that's provided in some form or another. I don't know, because let's see. B complex, okay. Brocomax. I've been looking at small screens too much over the past 2 years. Brocomax, whatever that is. Cocoflavanols, D3, EPA 500. He's only taken 2,000 milligrams of D3. That's an interesting number. Garlic, ginger root, glucosamine sulfate, iodine as potassium iodide, 125 micrograms. Lithium, lutein, lycopene, lysine, turmeric, taurine, zinc. I mean, there's a handful of these I have tried, and I have not seen any benefit or negative from taking them so far. Mostly, I think I'm just pouring money down the drain. Melatonin, you don't need melatonin if you're getting the right foods. Glucosamine, sulfate, ginger root, garlic, ubiquinol. Seems like a crazy list.
A website, a list of all of these. I'm going to walk you through a few of them. This is ashwagandha. It helps with anti-anxiety, improve cortisol management, improve sleep, and increase testosterone. 600 milligrams once a day. This is calcium alpha ketoglutarate.
That to have anti-anxiety.
Calcium alpha ketoglutarate. I take it for an improved frailty. Calcium alpha ketoglutarate. I take it for an improved frailty index. This is EPA.
Improved frailty index. Frailty index, that's something we used to see sometimes when I worked in the retirement home industry. That's something for older people and people who are frail. Is he not able to maintain a frailty index eating his vegan diet? I wouldn't be surprised. I don't see very many vegans that are in great looking health. He looks like he's in good shape, but he looks pasty and not healthy in the face to me. I don't know. I'm very dubious of all of this.
It's good for liver enzymes, the arteries. We are watching and measuring for DHA production as I'm on caloric restriction. 500 milligrams of cocoflavanols. It's for heart and brain health. This is hyaluronic acid, 300 milligrams a day for joint health. Garlic I take for liver enzymes and cholesterol management. I also eat garlic as part of my super veggie on a daily basis.
The creature is repelled by garlic.
Turmeric, 1 gram a day. I take it for inflammation, joints, and liver. I've yet to choke on pills.
What's with the comic relief? Is this a serious thing, or is he joking around?
Although I think several haters are hoping that I choke on the pills. It would be pretty ironic. So I'm going to show you how I take them. About 20 ounces of water. So typically I'll just do it in about 3 different goes.
Speaking of water.
First one down. Second one, I'm not even sure what happens in my mouth. You know, just like, I just put it in. It's like, all right, everyone, get in line. We're gonna go down.
This is it. This is our destiny.
Last one, here we go. And that was 43 of the 100 I take on a given day. Before bed, I take DHEA and my melatonin supplement. Melatonin specifically, I get a lot of questions on. So my team has looked at the evidence behind melatonin. They think it's relevant for me to take, so I do so. We measure things accordingly. What I have found in my efforts of trying to become a professional rejuvenation athlete is...
There's no doubt in my mind that if you're eating a good diet, you shouldn't need anything to sleep unless you are having a very dysregulated sleep schedule. Excuse me. You need to be able to go to bed at the same time every day and wake up at the same time every day if you really want to have optimal sleep. But eating the right diet is the only way I have ever been able to achieve that. When I switched to a lion diet, I was able to get the sleep that I needed. I went from being insomniac at night to being able to fall asleep as soon as my head hits the pillow, and to be able to wake up first thing in the morning and be ready to go. I never was able to do that before. So I don't need any of that stuff to have perfect sleep. So if you're eating your diet and it's not giving you perfect sleep, then your diet is probably not good.
Almost no anti-aging scientist agrees with another anti-aging scientist. They all have their different opinions. So what I take is based upon my team's analysis of the evidence and the measurements we get from my body. It's why we generate hundreds of biomarkers. We're trying to see if what we're doing is working or not. Here is our supplement supply closet. I'd say it's personally extremely satisfying where you see the structure and organization of what we're doing, and then you get a test result and you see the actual effect in the body. It's really a satisfying process. The 111 pills I take daily now are around $11. That's per day. And again, the objective of Blueprint is to be on the front.
So $11 per day, that's $330 per month on average. That's a lot of money for supplements.
Here of slowing my speed of aging and reversing aging damage. So these are not required for everyone. This is just a template of if somebody wants to be on the outer edge of the frontier, this is the best we're doing right now. If you look at the thousands of measurements we've taken over 2 years and ran our process from evidence to protocol to data continually, all the data is telling the same story. I'm potentially the most measured person in human history. And so that's interesting where you say there's a bunch of opinions about.
I'd love to be able to take some of the measurements that I've been doing on a regular basis. That would be great. But I don't know that I would brag about being the most measured person in human history. I'd just be able to give you a little more data. So he's got a lot of data. His diet's doing him something. But to have to take so many supplements doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Health and wellness, about what to eat, what not to eat, what supplements to take. And then you have this where we just have this enormous amount of data and these results. Some other criticisms people will make is they'll say, okay, he takes 100 pills, therefore that means his diet is garbage. Or they'll say that means that a vegan diet is bad, or it means that he needs meat, or it means that Blueprint is agnostic. And so Blueprint says nothing about plants or meat. It's simply a process to say we can look at evidence, we can design a protocol, we can look at data. And so I am a vegan by choice, not.
But diet has so much influence on how you feel and what you need and what your body's going to show on all this data. And your diet's going to skew that. And these supplements are going to skew the numbers as far as what's in your system as opposed to what would be there if you were eating the right food.
By necessity. So if somebody can achieve this without supplements, wonderful. This is not a situation where Blueprint is pro supplements as the only way of doing things. It's a way of doing things. Do you need to take 100 pills a day to be healthy? No. You can do so many of the basics like sleep and exercise and just having a good diet and get the majority of benefits.
Then what's the point?
Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. I'm happy I didn't choke on the pills on camera. That would have been really embarrassing. I hope it's helpful. I hope it pushes the conversation forward in a productive way. If you want to learn more about it, watch this next video.
I don't know. This sounds pretty strange to me, I'm going to tell you.
The fountain of...
Now, I'm not going to watch a 2-hour video on it. Yeah, that doesn't sound like it's doesn't sound like it's the path. Sounds like it's the path to some pretty crazy thinking and a lot of supplements being sold. Or even worse. Well, that's all I can think about with that. That just seems crazy to me. So I wanted to make the video for you, Rogelio, because I'm sure if you were asking about it, there were a lot of other people who had questions. And by the way, if you have any questions or you have any videos you'd like me to watch, please be sure to list them in the comments, because I try to read all of my comments. It's getting harder and harder since there's so many of you now. And I want to thank you for the 37,000 plus of you who have subscribed to my channel now. I hope you're getting good information from me and we are able to really look at some of the stuff going on in the culture together and to be able to find ways to be healthier every day. Hey, stick around. I'll have a little message for you from one of the affiliates that supports my channel. I'll see you guys next time. I wanted to try out this new skincare product that I bought on Amazon called Vintage Tradition. The whole food of skincare, a little goes a long way. Tallow from 100% grass-fed cows, cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil, therapeutic grade essential oils, cedarwood, ylang-ylang, lavender, and basil. As opposed to using chemical-based cream like this that I usually use after I shave, at least all the ingredients in here are natural. This stuff really does seem to go a long way. I like it. It's definitely soothing to my skin. It doesn't have the burning sensation that it had when I got out of the shower. Vintage Tradition. Might want to give it a try. Vintage Tradition even makes products for the ladies. My wife loves the Pretty Girly Tallow Balm.
Because it feels really good. And it smells really good.
I'll put a link in the description for this. Try it out and see what you think. I'll see you guys next time.
If we pay extra, could we maybe get some grease or fat?